What's going on, guys? I have a video about turnovers and why turnovers are important and the 5 steps, easy steps to get the turnover so that you are successful not losing the sale. First thing I want to talk about is why turnovers matter, right? Turnovers just are when you are turning over a ticket that gets declined. So the first step of turnovers is always going to be you get a no. Get a no. You already got step 1. The customer does this for you. You get a no, and essentially step 2 is you have to identify the objection, why they are saying no to you, why they are not buying the auto repair. And step 3 is you leave the ticket open once you identify the objection. And step 4, you go back to the team. And in this case, you could go back to obviously the manager or the lead tech or a combination, and you re-strategize as a team. And you talk about that objection and how we can help this customer buy our auto repair that they very much need. And then you re-engage, you go back to the customer, and you present the strategy that you came up with so that you're basically solving their problem, right? Because every time you get a no, that's a problem. The customer has a problem in order to solve their problem, which is a broken car. So it's like a double problem, right? Because the car is broken, that's a problem, and then they have a problem because they can't fix the car. Either they don't have the money, or they think it's too much, they don't have the time, etc. And you have to identify why that objection is what it is. And then you confirm it. Say, hey, I just want to make sure this is the issue. And sometimes it might not be explicit. It might be an implicit one that you think the customer doesn't like you. You don't want to confirm that, but you might just say, you know what, I think I understand. Let me see if I can help. Let me talk to my manager and see if I can help you out. And make sure that you leave the ticket open by saying you're going to call them back. They have to know that you're going to be calling them back. That's very important here. You go back to the team and say, hey, look, I don't think this customer likes me, or they think it's too expensive, or they don't have the time. And then as a team, with the lead tech and the manager, you re-strategize and you solve that objection, right? That's very important. And then you go back and tell them, hey, look, we have a solution for you to buy your auto repair because your car needs to get fixed, and we want to make sure you get it fixed here. Why are turnovers important? Well, here's the thing. Turnovers are broke cars. If you don't do them, they're broke cars that are gonna leave, and they're gonna leave not to the scrapyard. So if they go to your competitor, you are basically losing market share. Market share lost is unacceptable. And if you lose market share, each customer is worth $15,000 per customer. So you lost that 15 grand. Not only that, my biggest thing when it comes to turnovers and closing broke cars is, do you think that turnovers make customers happy? There's this notion in our industry that if you do this, you're being pushy. They said no, leave them alone. My issue is they said no because they have a problem. They have a problem, and we were too shy to solve the problem so we can solve their car problem. And basically what an objection to me is, it's the hurdle between me solving the customer's problem. And if I can overcome that hurdle, I'm able to solve the customer's problem. Now, do you think the customer is going to be happier when their problem is solved, or are they going to be upset? See, their car is broken. The car is the problem. And I want to fix that, right? I want to fix it. But the objection is stopping it. The objection is the other problem. So in order for me to solve this problem, I need to solve this problem. So I got to solve this, and then I'm able to go straight to that and attack that problem. I've never gone to a business where I wanted to get something done and didn't get it done because I had an objection and I left happier, right? Think of the last time you won and got a quote about something and you didn't buy. Did you like that company? No, you never went back. You thought those guys are not very smart. But if someone from that company called you and says, you know what, before you leave, I just want to make sure I can do everything in my power to help you buy something from us so we can fix your car or fix your house or whatever. Did you appreciate that, or did you hate that guy? Again, we're not coming at the customer as in pushy. No, we're just like, hey, you said you needed funding, or you needed this done in 2 hours and the job takes 3. What if I put 2 people on it and get it done in an hour and a half? Is that going to be sufficient for you? Do you think customers will appreciate that? Because look, the whole idea of a turnover here is not to be pushy, it's to solve the objection. The objection is just another problem, right? It's just like a brake job, right? Brakes are bad, so how do you solve it? You change the brakes. The objection is the exact same thing. They have a problem, and instead of saying, oh, well, that's your problem, let us know when you come up with time, and then we'll fix your car. No, why don't you go a step further and make that time for the customer? Why don't you go a step further and find them a better price on the part and give them a discount? Why don't you go a step further and get a different person on the phone that they can relate to so that they feel more comfortable doing business with us? That, gentlemen and ladies, is the problem in our industry. We think that turnovers are bad. In fact, when you find all the best salespeople and the real people that actually care about customers, that sell more auto repair, they believe this is a service. This is a obligation to our customer. Turnovers are an obligation. If you're not doing turnovers, you are rolling over and you don't give a crap. And I've gone on and rants about service writers in this industry that just expect customers to just throw credit cards at them. Guys, let me just finish this video by saying this. Nobody wants to buy auto repair. I don't care who you are. Nobody gets excited about buying a $2,000 repair or even a $200 repair. You know what they'd rather do? They'd go rather buy a purse. They'd rather go buy something, a toy for whatever, right? Nobody wants to. And it is your duty and my duty to make people understand that, hey, it is in their best interest to get their car fixed because it's going to be more expensive 90% of the time when you don't get it fixed. And not only that, I don't get in people's habits, but people are generally not responsible with money for the majority. There's obviously people good with money, and you have to tell them that, hey man, look, if you don't do these brakes, you're going to be buying calipers in a month from now. So you can do that. I'll be happy to sell you calipers. Instead of the $500, you're going to be paying me $15 to solve the same problem. But I just want to make sure you fully understand. And if you still get a no and then you turn it over and then a different person explains it and they gives a discount or whatever it takes and they still say no, great, we did our job. We did our obligation. We're not going to fight them. But if you're not even trying to close the deal, if you're not even trying to make sure the customer has understood, because I'll tell you right now, most sales don't happen because customers either don't understand or they don't trust you. And both of them are just another conversation. Look, that guy butchered this because he didn't call you on time, and maybe he just has bad presentation skills. Maybe he didn't explain things correctly. Maybe he quoted it incorrectly. Maybe he presented it in the wrong order, right? What this does, it actually takes ownership of our human error of the first presentation. Because I'll tell you right now, nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to go shop around auto repair shops. I'm going to leave my car there for 2 hours just to see how they do, because I have no intention of buying auto repair. You really think people do that? Are you crazy? I'm just being honest. 19 years, I don't believe one person in my entire career has genuinely did that unless they were a competitor or trying to screw around, right? But nobody wakes up and just says, I'm going to go and waste half a day at a repair shop. Nobody. Like, that's insanity. And if you have one person, it's probably 1 out of 10,000. So please don't make your whole system off of that. People want to come to you because they want to buy auto repair. And the reason they say no is because we screwed it up somewhere. And this allows you a second chance because you leave the ticket open, you re-strategize, you re-engage, and you're going to get way more closures. Your sales will go up, but more importantly, you'll save lifetime value of a customer. And not only that, you'll be able to do your obligation to the customer and you'll solve the objection. They will love you for it because when a customer gets their car fixed, they are happy. And when they see you trying, they are happy. You'll never go to a business where you see people genuinely trying to help you as a customer and you're going to hate them for it. Never. And if they still don't have the money, great. They'll come back to you when they do. I 100% believe that. I have faith in people. I have faith in my customers and I have faith in my team. And I have faith, yes, sometimes it has let me down, but that's 5% of the time. 95% of the time when I bet on human beings, I have won. And I'll continue to do that. I'll do my job, I'll do my obligations, and I'll let people take care of the rest. Put your faith in doing the right thing by following up and genuinely solving that customer's problem. And if you do that, you will never lose. I am a living example of that. Please do turnovers. It is your obligation to the customer. Thank you very much, guys. See ya.